Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, I thought the end of the year is approaching. There's not going to be much news out there. I get a nice, easy break. This should be fine. But nope. John Carmack, formerly of Oculus, brought on to lead Facebook's expansion into the virtual world, has resigned from the social media network's parent company Meta, and he has some thoughts on their whole endeavor. There is no way to sugarcoat this. I think our organization is operating at half the effectiveness that would make me happy. Carmack wrote in the letter, which he shared on Facebook. Some may scoff and contend that we're doing just fine, but others will laugh and say, half? I'm at quarter efficiency. When speaking of Meta's Quest 2 headset, he said, it is successful and successful products make the world a better place. It all could have happened a bit faster and been going better if different decisions had been made, but we built something pretty close to the right thing. Adding, maybe it actually is possible to get there by just plowing ahead with current practices, but there is plenty of room for improvement. Make better decisions and fill your products with give a damn. And that seems to be the thing, right? Because even though this is some grand vision of Zuckerberg's, other than that one fact, I don't think anyone knows what this actually is. The metaverse, the whole meta experience, it's an idea that Zuck had and he's throwing money into, but other than that, I don't know that anyone there is passionate about it. I don't know that anyone out here in the real world is passionate about it. It is an idea with no real foundation and no real innovation. It is like scraping at the scraps in the bottom of the barrel of Second Life in 2012. It seems terrible all around, so I can understand why people like Carmack would not want to be a part of it anymore. As CBS News says about all of that, those challenges have caused Meta stock to lose nearly 2/3 of its value so far this year, wiping out about $575 billion in shareholder wealth. It's a complete mess, and all this is doing is reminding us that maybe some people have too much damn money if they're going to spend it on the stupidest things and still keep spending it on it. We're seeing a lot of examples of that lately. Speaking of stupid and money, Microsoft is looking to add a new tier to Game Pass with one of your favorite things, ads. Yes, that's right. Everyone's favorite intrusive business plan, you pay us, plus we show you ads, might be coming to Xbox Game Pass. According to Video Game Chronicle, a survey which appeared on Reset Era appears to ask players if they would be willing to pay lower amounts than the standard Xbox Game Pass fee in exchange for some limitations on the subscription. And one option was lower fees, but with ads. And yes, you'd be right. This isn't a confirmation that it's going to happen. It's not even a maybe it's going to happen. It's just them asking. But this is me saying, please. I'm just like reaching out to Xbox. Please don't do something stupid like this. I left cable behind, except for the awful fact that I have to use it for internet. But on TV, everything I have is an online service like Netflix or HBO or Hulu and Paramount. And speaking of those last two, boy, it sucks when things like Hulu and Paramount decide to just put ads on a service you paid for. And then they do the thing of like, oh, well, if you don't want the ads, you can buy this more expensive version. And then over time, the ad version gets more and more expensive. And you think, oh, well, maybe now's the time to jump to that more expensive version. And then they jack the price of that thing up. All around, it sucks. And I'm so tired of being told like, yeah, come to our digital platforms. No ads except the ones we're going to show you. Nobody likes watching ads on TV anymore. And I'm going to let you know a secret here. We definitely don't want to see ads in our video games. So I'm just saying, from me to you, Xbox, because I know we got that relationship. From me to you, don't do this shit. Meanwhile, it's Monday, so that usually means new releases, but really not much coming out over the next 2 weeks, except for like weird Steam porn games, and I'm not getting banned from YouTube. So let's take a look at 2023 and see what big games are coming just around the corner next year. Because in the first few months of 2023, we are getting some big hitters, starting in January with the Dead Space remake. Now that Callisto Protocol's out and didn't really land all that well, I still haven't had a chance to play it again since the bug fixes. My hope for a scary game that I can shoot monsters into pieces lays with the OG Dead Space. I can't even begin to describe how big of a fan I am of this series. I know this is a remake. I know the old team isn't involved with it, but seriously, all they need to do is modernize some of the older gameplay mechanics and really not touch up all that much else, just make it look pretty. But, you know, devs will do what devs do, and with new devs come new ideas, and so we'll see if this one survives the ordeal or ends up just another necromorph on January 23rd. Then in March, we get a double dose of games I'm totally here for: Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Resident Evil 4 Remake. And now that I say that, it does seem like we're getting a lot of remakes of old games, and part of me feels like I should be asking why that is, why some of my most anticipated games are old things I already played. Obviously nostalgia, but I feel like that's a video I should do, but yeah, it's just a weird thing to think about when you're in the moment. But with that said, Resident Evil 4 is a good game, very good, flaws and all, and the fact that they're attempting to remake it and fix a lot of those flaws sounds good to me. Leon's adventure into a Spanish village controlled by a creepy cult is considered to be one of the best Resident Evil games, if not the best one. And giving it that polish and changing up some of the lamer bits makes it more accessible and allows more people to enjoy what is a great game. They're changing up combat, they're changing up the locales, even some of the mechanics, they're making them better to gel with what players already know from Resident Evil 7 and 8 and the other remakes. Plus, it's a good excuse to get Scary Game Squad in a room, so sounds good to me. And then, like I said, also in March, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Fallen Order, brings our boy Cal Kestis back for another round versus the Empire. And after Andor, man, I'm ride or die with the Rebels, so high hopes for this one. All I really want to do is throw a double-bladed lightsaber at a stormtrooper like a badass. Is that too much to ask? Speaking of badass, it would be badass of you, there we go, that's the segue, to head on over to my Discord channel. I don't think I've ever advertised that on here, and if I have, it's been too long since I did it. So I'm going to do it again. Link down below, click that thing, we'd love to have you. Come talk about all the weird stuff we talk about over there. We got all sorts of channels and things you can do, and you know, just come have fun, especially considering a lot of the social media issues we've been having lately in the world, if you know what I'm saying. It'd be nice to see you over there. Anyway, that's it for me. See y'all tomorrow for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.